Welcome to The Explainer. I am so thrilled you're joining us today because, well, we're tackling one of those unavoidable life tasks that usually brings a little bit of anxiety. But listen, it really doesn't have to. Today, we are breaking down exactly how to start your electric service with PPL Electric. We've gone ahead and combed through all the official guidelines, real customer experiences, and regulatory frameworks to build this ultimate guide for you. Okay, let's just dive right in. Are you moving and need to set up your electricity? Don't stress. Let us guide you through the seamless process of starting electric service with PPL Electric today. Seriously, moving is already exhausting enough, right? Dealing with utilities shouldn't be the thing keeping you up at night. This explainer is designed to take you from a totally blank slate to a fully powered, optimized, and stress-free home. Here is our quick roadmap for today. Number 1, an introduction to PPL Electric. 2, prerequisites for starting service. 3, a step-by-step setup guide. 4, understanding rates and plans. 5, troubleshooting and support. And finally, number 6, finalizing and confirming your setup. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Introduction to PPL Electric. Before you hand over any of your personal info, it's always super helpful to know exactly who is keeping your lights on. PPL Electric Utilities is the regulated electric distribution company for a massive chunk of Pennsylvania. And when I say massive, I mean it. They serve 1.4 million customers across 29 counties. We're talking a footprint of roughly 29,000 square miles, stretching all the way from Harrisburg to Allentown and up through Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. They are a deeply established network. The very first thing you need to do, though, is just confirm your new address is actually within this giant footprint. And if it is, you're in great hands and we can move right on to getting you set up. Moving on to Section 2, Prerequisites for Starting Service. Okay. Before you even think about picking up the phone or opening a web browser, you've got to gather your documents. Doing this little bit of prep work first is absolutely crucial. It prevents those frustrating delays that nobody wants to deal with on moving day. Because of federal consumer protection rules, PPL needs some specific info to verify it's really you. You'll need a government-issued photo ID where the name matches the primary applicant. You'll need your exact service address. Don't forget the apartment or unit number. If you're a renter, you'll want to know your lease type and have your landlord's name handy, just in case PPL needs to verify you can actually occupy the place. Also, try to dig up your prior PPL account number if you have one. It helps link any positive credit history. And finally, your social security number. Now, I want to pause here for a second because I know people always get a little nervous about handing over their social security number. It's totally understandable. Here's the deal. Providing it is technically optional, but doing so lets PPL run a soft credit pull. And no, this does not impact your FICO score at all. The huge upside here is that by allowing this quick soft check, over 97% of applicants pass with flying colors and get to completely skip paying an upfront security deposit. If you decide not to provide it, you'll either need a qualifying cosigner, 24 months of solid utility credit history, or you're going to have to pay a cash deposit. All right, Section 3, Step-by-Step Guide to Start Service. You've got your documents in hand. Awesome. Now it's time to actually pull the trigger. You have 3 ways to do this, but frankly, they are not created equal. Setting up online through the My Account portal at appleelectric.com is, hands down, the fastest method. You just click Start, Stop, Remove Service, plug in the info we just talked about, and boom, you get an email confirmation within minutes. No waiting on hold. Now, if you have a complicated situation or you just really prefer talking to a human being, calling 1-800-342-5775 is your next best bet. Hold times are usually pretty short, generally under 5 minutes. And finally, you can mail a physical application. But honestly, unless you have absolutely no other option, I'd skip this one. It takes 7 to 10 business days. One quick thing to note here. Understanding your home's status matters a lot for your timeline. If you're moving into an existing home with a live meter, which is like 95% of setups, you are looking at a super fast turnaround of just 0 to 2 business days. But if you're building a brand new house from scratch, that is a whole different ballgame. New constructions have to go through PPL's contractor services. That means municipal permits, electrical inspections, the whole shebang. That process takes about 4 to 8 weeks before the meter even goes live. So definitely plan ahead if you're building. Next up, Section 4. Understanding rates and plans. So the power is on, right? The next logical question is always, how much is this going to cost me? Well, Pennsylvania is an energy choice state, which means you actually have a lot of power here, pun intended. By default, when you start service, you're placed on PPL's Price to Compare, or PTC. Think of this as the default supply rate, and it resets twice a year, in June and December. But here is the real secret weapon. you do not have to stick with it. You can go to paypowerswitch.com and shop around for a competitive electric generation supplier. You can lock in fixed-rate plans for 6 to 36 months, or even choose a supplier that uses 100% renewable energy. And the best part is that nothing mechanically changes for you. PPL still delivers the power, maintains your wires, and bills you on one simple statement. Beyond just shopping for your supplier, PPL actually gives you some amazing tools to slash your costs. If you're someone who doesn't use much electricity, say under 500 kilowatt hours a month, look into their Smart Saver plan. It could cut your costs by around 10%. They also offer in-home energy assessments to help you figure out where you're wasting power. Plus, the rebates are fantastic. We're talking $50 back just for buying an energy-efficient fridge, $25 for a new washing machine, and $15 just for swapping out your old bulbs for LEDs. There's also the WRAP program, which provides free weatherization for eligible customers. Free upgrades? Yes, please. Section 5. Troubleshooting and Support. Look, even with the most perfect setup in the world, surprises can happen. Sometimes that very first bill arrives and sheer panic sets in. Just look at this real quote from a stressed-out new customer on a community forum. They moved into a tiny one-bedroom apartment, practically sat in the dark with everything unplugged, and 3 weeks later, they logged in to find an account balance of over $230. They were totally freaking out, convinced PPL was massively overcharging them for electricity they definitely didn't use. So, what happened? The mystery is actually pretty easy to solve. That $230 charge had absolutely nothing to do with their electricity usage. It was a security deposit. Remember how we talked about the Social Security number and the soft credit check? If you don't provide it, or if your credit history triggers it, PPL automatically tacks on this upfront charge. It's usually equal to double an average monthly bill. But here's the silver lining. It's not gone forever. You get it back with interest after making 12 consecutive on-time payments. The takeaway here? If you ever see a charge that totally shocks you, just take a breath and call their main support line at 1-800-342-5775. They can explain exactly what's going on. Which brings us to our final section, Section 6, Finalizing and Confirming Your Setup. We are in the home stretch now, folks. This is all about setting yourself up for long-term success so you're never caught off guard. To avoid those terrifying bill spikes during a heat wave or a polar vortex, you should absolutely sign up for budget billing. It takes your estimated yearly usage and chops it up into 12 predictable, equal monthly payments. It is a total game changer for your household budget. And hey, if things get tight, Pennsylvania has incredibly strong assistance programs. OnTrack offers lower, fixed payments, and even debt forgiveness for low-income households. LEHOP provides actual cash grants to help families pay winter heating bills. Parity's resources with online autopay, and your utility management basically runs on autopilot. One last pro tip before we wrap up, and this is a big one for long-term savings. Your My Account portal is not just a place to pay your bill. It is a gold mine of data. It tracks up to 24 months of your electricity usage, down to the day and even the hour. By poking around these charts, you can pinpoint exactly when your home is guzzling the most power. Maybe it's that old space heater in the basement, or maybe your AC is working overtime while you're not even home. This tool literally puts the power to lower your bill right at your fingertips. So, are you ready to take control of your energy setup and finally just enjoy your new home? As we've seen today, simply gathering a few documents up front, taking advantage of the online portal, and knowing you have the right to shop for lower rates can turn a stressful chore into a total breeze. Don't let your utility setup be an afterthought. Take control of it today. This video is intended for informational purposes only. Please contact PPL Electric directly for the most current and specific advice, terms, and policies. So what step will you take today to make your home run smarter and cheaper?